I think this is a topic that has a lot of discussion and requires a lot of discussion amongst every practice, because every practice model is different, and we quite like doing project work, and so I would say that and we are active directors in projects, so we're either physically doing project work ourselves, or we're mentoring other people to do it, or we're assisting in project work and directing staff. Perhaps 20% of our time is spent on administration and the business, but that's it's not that defined. I think our days are fairly fluid in terms of how we manage our time and the project work versus the management work, but we would share that role, and it's not like, Paul, he's looking after this and I'm looking after that, and that is our current model, but whether that will always be our model requires more discussion, I guess. That's a great question, isn't it? I
didn't do architecture to do this. I did architecture to actually design buildings and provide creative solutions to whatever the problem was. Having said that, there have been a series of through my career, there's been an advancement through a series of decisions that I have made. Life can be, it can be easy, so if you don't have to make a choice, you don't need to. But I think, like Dimitty said, she makes a decision to do something and then puts things in place to achieve it. I too do that as well, and so having made those conscious decisions, I then recognise as well that the success of the business depends on me investing in that, and that investment involves spending time maintaining the business. And so, yes, would I magically like to be able to do architecture 24/7? Yes. Having said that,
but that's good, because that's what drives you. That's what gets you up every day, isn't it?
What's interesting about architecture is that you are educated at university or whatever institution you might attend to think like an architect, but at no time does that cover the business of architecture. And so that's something that you pick up either as it's a personal interest, or you pick it up from your mentors or your other employees or employers, and so it either becomes an interest or it doesn't. But if you ignore it or deny that responsibility, then you will likely suffer the consequences of that. And so I think from my point of view, I understand the benefits of spending that time that isn't in a creative pursuit, but in some ways it is it does support my creative pursuits, and it also supports it provides me with choice in life.
One of the things I'm also really enjoying as I get older is the challenges of business, because that is problem solving, like architecture as well. Can you actually get teams to run more efficiently? Can you actually, it's almost like, can you get the hum in the air? And that's really satisfying. So I think the development of my business skills, I would like to see develop more, but it's hard to find the time to do that when you actually like doing all the other stuff as well. And also, we need like 3 lives. That's the problem.
and also too, I think it's the problem changes. I think we are creative problem solvers, and so it depends on what the problem is. Yes, the problem can be a physical envelope, or it can be a volume or containment of volume, but it can also be, how do we motivate this staff to do this task? How do we improve the performance of this practice? How do we create a better machine, but also a more creative machine that people are involved in and is as efficient and as productive as it can be?
Cakes help. I think what I've observed is that staff are happy when they're proud of the work that they're doing, and they enjoy the environment that they work in, so their colleagues. But ultimately in architecture, I think we all like to feel that we're proud to work for a particular practice and produce really good work.